Hello, Bo Fisher here, Fisher and Weens Wealth Management. Well, we did it. We're through the election. And right now, it's Donald Trump is president-elect. And I'm not going to talk about the politics behind it or the social aspects behind the election, but I am going to talk about the finances behind it. Tuesday night was fascinating. And as the election started to draw to a close and became more clear that Donald Trump was going to win the election, the S&P futures started to drop, and they dropped very quickly to the tune of around 4 or 5% sometime during the night. So Wednesday morning, early morning, we were ready for a pretty big drop in the stock market at the open. At 6:30 here Western time, West Coast time, we were ready to see a big drop. And when the market opened, not a lot happened actually. It was pretty flat. And then it actually started to rise a little bit. It was a big surprise. But that was on the stock market side. The bond market was very different. 10-year treasury interest is something that we keep an eye on, how much a 10-year bond pays. Well, that interest bounced, and it bounced very substantially. As you can see here, for the last roughly week, a week and a half, the interest rose quickly. And as we've talked about in previous videos, that when interest rates go up, the bonds themselves, the price of the bond goes down. And that's what you can see here. The price of the bond started to drop, and it dropped very quickly. And so when you look at your portfolio, most folks, when they watch the news, they just look at the stock market and see how they're doing. But we have to remember that bonds, which often don't do a lot with respect to major moves, even though that's normal, potentially, that's not what happened this last week. They did significantly move. Now, I want to give us a little bit of perspective. We want interest rates here at Fisher and Weens, that is, we want interest rates to go up. We want them to go up all the way back up to, let's call it 5% yielding on the 10-year treasury. That's a nice normalized number, and that means that we can invest a lot of money in our conservative portion of our portfolios and get a strong yield. Because right now we're only getting around 2%. We want to be back up towards 5. Well, it took roughly 20 years for bond rates to drop all the way down to where they are from 5 or 6%. So you can see here, the chart took a long time for interest rates to go down, and it may take a long time to go back up. But if this is the start of bond rates going all the way back up to where we would like them to be, we just want to remind you that during this process, for rates to go up, as we've talked about before, bonds could be actually softened with respect to the price. But we believe it's a good thing long term. And we always think long term here. We want to make sure that over a long period of time, you're going to be just fine. So stay calm. Let's all be glad that we're through all of those commercials that we've been seeing. And let's just stay together. Give us a call here if you have questions about your portfolio or about this subject or anything else. We're here to help.